So welcome to my Spark talk on global collaboration and the MIE expert program and how they kind of fit well together. I am Michael Harvey, ISTE Global Chair, and I'm a New Zealand educator based in Marlborough College in Malaysia. And being a New Zealander, I'd like to start with a traditional Māori introduction known as a pepeha, which kind of introduces where I'm from and a little bit about my backstory. So, to start off with, ko Kaiti, Te Moanga, which means that Kaiti Hill is my mountain, where I'm from. Ko Waipoa, Te Awa is my river, okay, Awa is river, so the Waipoa River is closest to where I am from. Ko Manatoki, Te Whare, okay, so Manatoki is my closest meeting house, because ko Manatoki also Te Marae, okay, my meeting house. Ko iwi is Ngāti Pakeha, or ko Ngāti Pakeha te iwi. Okay, so that's my tribe, as it were, European New Zealander. Ko Judith taku mama. Okay, Judith is my mother. Ko John taku papa. John is the name of my father. And ko Michael Harvey taka ingoa. Michael Harvey is my name. And ko Turanganui Akiwa Aho. So Gisborne is my hometown on the North Island of Aotearoa, New Zealand. So tēnā koto, tēnā koto, tēnā koto, tēnā koto koto. Welcome to my talk, as it were. So basically, I'm just going to introduce some ideas and tools that I've learned through the MIE expert program, which can be great for global collaboration, and kind of showcase how I have used those tools to globally collaborate. So the first one is Skype in the classroom, okay? So basically, I've been able to see and interact with science experts firsthand, and it's allowed the science to come alive for my learners, and also been able to interact globally with students through Mystery Skype, which I'll discuss more later. And it allows students to see different perspectives from their own. And I've also incorporated through getting to know them through the MIE Expert Program applications like Flipgrid, Beluga, and Sway. So it's allowed me to go from the connection of the Mystery Skype to stronger global collaborations. In terms of the impact on my class, they've been quite profound. So for example, being a science teacher, we studied the water cycle, and the class contacted a school in Kenya through Beluga connection, and after seeing how the students had no clean water, helped them sponsor clean water for their school. And let's go Beluga, Flipgrid, and Sway. Music at the moment. So in terms of a case study and transforming lives, not only of my students, but the students I connect with through Skype connections, okay? So again, if you combine Skype in the classroom with Beluga, it allows to build this kind of global connections of ecosystems so students can connect, collaborate, and learn from each other to solve problems on not just a global level, but a local level. And we'll discuss again that idea further on. And it's also basically allowed my classroom to see different perspectives and other students from other worlds, as illustrated by the Kenyan example of clean, fresh water, basically solving a problem for them. And it also means that students can see firsthand how effective their actions are making in terms of changing the world. So an example of that is the innovation project. So I got to know through the MIE expert program another expert from Belgium named Cohen Timmers. Okay, now this project was student-centered, collaborative, and involved on real project-based learning around the SDGs. Okay, and it's basically using the Sustainable Development Goals to find innovation solutions to local problems for those local students. So giving those students agency, not only my own students, but the students that we were collaborating with. And there's Rachel Chisnell. She's one of the ambassadors for the Innovative School Program from New Zealand, and so us connecting with her via Skype. And also through Cohen and Kirsten, another Canadian educator who I met at E2, which again I'll go into in further detail later. we looked at Project Kukuma. Now, Project Kukuma was an ability for me as a teacher to teach students from another country, in this particular case, Kenya. So basically, I Skype taught a class on teeth, I believe it was, in Kenya, early in the evening in New Zealand. Okay, and in terms of mystery Skype, as developing those connections, my junior science and tutor classes have played global guessing games around geography and culture. We've also connected with classes in Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and the US and Europe. And from these connections, then collaborations have been fostered. And without the MIE Expert program, I would not have been able to make those initial connections. And in terms of using social media, so in terms of combining, say, Flipgrid with Skype, so connecting my science class in the US, we discussed how diseases are spread from their local context, and then it actually allowed us to collaboratively create an understanding of the topic through critiquing each other's responses. And that's pretty much how I've used Skype in the classroom, which I would not have been able to access or know much about unless I'd become deeply involved with the MIE Expert program. Because the connections are now truly collaborative, and my students are developing an appreciation of other students' perspectives, and also making action to make a difference in the world. So another important aspect of the program is the E2 Educator Exchange, once my web page loads up. Okay, I'll just find the appropriate link. This is from my blog. Here we go. So E2 Experience. Okay, so I was lucky enough to be part of the E2 Exchange in Singapore in 2018, being part of the New Zealand team. Okay, there's that New Zealand team there. And in terms of the advantage of being an MIE expert in terms of global collaboration is I got to meet some amazing global educators like Angeliki Papa from Greece and Emma Nas, very big in Skype in Europe. And basically from learning from their professional experiences and networking, I made further connections with other global educators. And that's how I found out about the Kukuma project from a Canadian educator named Christine Holloway. We're going to her kind of breakout session. Another important aspect of the E2 program is the Educator Challenge, where we had to solve a particular educational problem through by collaborating with other international teachers. So my team involved a Frenchman named Eric, a crazy Finn named Pekka, a guy from Nigeria named Abdul Aziz, and a Pakistani named Asuma. Okay, and obviously language was a problem, but it was an amazing experience in terms of basically collaborating together to try and solve an educational problem focused on the 21st century learning skills and the SDGs. So in terms of the learning marketplace, we also managed to basically kind of discuss our particular area and with other educators. There's about 300 other global educators. And we could then develop further projects after the conference through these initial connections. In terms of the Microsoft educator community, again, going out and drinking and eating with other educators, and again, developing those connections which could be built upon further. And then we were lucky enough to actually get first runner-up in the decomposition group. There's our team winning there. And just as a flavour of what the experience was like, this is a short video I'd like to show you of the E2 Educator Exchange. Okay, so there we go. So that's just some examples of the experience of the exchange. So just New Zealand winning there at the end. That's just the way it is. Okay, so so how do you join this particular program to kind of build on your attempts to become a global collaborator? Well, there's actually a self-nomination tool which I will add to links. Okay, and it basically finishes on July 15th, and the formal announcement is made in August. It's basically 3 steps you have to basically follow. You have to join the Microsoft Educator community to start off with. And then become a certified MIE by doing a few quizzes to get 1,000 points, and then finally create a 2-minute video or sway that answers the following questions outlined. Why do you consider yourself an MIE expert? And I can help you with that if you have any questions. Describe how you incorporate Microsoft technologies into your classroom, okay? And then how have you impacted the learning and growth on your colleagues and reach beyond the classroom to coach and support others? And if you have become an MIE expert, how do you hope it will impact your current role in the next 12 months? Well, hopefully that will be about developing global collaborations through the STGs, because there's really exciting stuff coming through. I've just finished the No Plastic project with Cohen and another 400, 500 educators globally. And there's another one coming up in September at the start of the next school term around the global goals again. So they're really exciting times with Dr. Jen Williams and Cohen Timmers. So yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to drop me a line at Twitter at Dr_Harves at DOCTOR_HRVES, and I'm sure I will be getting back to you with any advice and assistance that I can offer. So thank you for listening to my short talk.